welcome or welcome back to Reading to Write. So I've never really done a vlog like this before. This is kind of going to be an update vlog for NaNoWriMo. I kind of wanted to share with you where I am so far in my word count goal, what's kind of going on with the story that I'm working on, and then hopefully we can do some writing sprints together or something like that, because I do want to try and get my focus up so that I can ramp up on my word count per day moving forward through this month. It is currently November 4th, which means we're on day 4 of the NaNoWriMo challenge. If you didn't watch my last video, I am unofficially participating in NaNoWriMo, where I'm really just trying to write every single day of this month. For this month, it's actually very important just because I did calculate all of my writing stats from last year. I kind of oddly calculate my writing stats from November to October because November feels like a kickoff month for writing for me. So from last November until the end of October, which was just a few days ago, I did end up writing 104,000 words throughout the entire year, which is huge because I haven't written that much since 2020. So I'm really proud of myself for that. But October itself was one of the least productive months that I had. I only wrote 1,500 words in the entire month, and that's because of the wedding. So this month is really going to help me get back to writing consistently and hopefully a higher word count than I was able to do last month, which so far I have written every single day. I have not written that much. I've only written about 100 to 200 words per day. I have written a little bit more each day, which is good. Part of the problem of why I am not writing that much is because I actually am in the middle of a couple chapters that I am for the first time struggling with this manuscript. So if you watched any of my recent videos where I talked about this manuscript that I'm working on for a magical university is one of the first novels that I've written where I have not done like a full outline beforehand. Any other novels that I've tried to write before this where I didn't write an outline, I completely like fizzled out. I just like could not figure out where the story was going and kind of lost interest. But this is the first one that I've really been able to keep up with and just let the characters drive the story. In my Preptober video, I did go back to reread some chapters because I realized some world building was missing and I needed to add in some holidays and, you know, kind of figure out the class schedule that each of these characters is going to be having, so I knew when they run into each other and that kind of stuff. Chapter 14 was the last one that I didn't have to really touch, so now I'm in chapter 15, which is the first of a couple kind of holiday events that I'm going to have to include since they happen close together. And I'm really struggling to figure out what it looks like because I know the holiday and the purpose behind it, but I don't know what the actual like celebrations look like. And also you only want to include something like this if it's actually going to benefit the story. You either have to reveal a character trait, a piece of the world building, or a piece of the plot in whatever you do in a story. So I can only really include these holidays if something meaningful is going to happen for either the characters or the world building to show the culture and that kind of stuff. So it's been a little bit of a struggle. I have had a little bit of writer's block on trying to figure out what these particular holidays look like, at least for this one. I do know what the next one is going to be, but I have to work through this part of the story before I can get to that. I do have a writing trick where I kind of put in brackets and I'm like, figure this out later, which I fortunately only had to use minimally for this story, but now it does seem like I might have to skip a big chunk of this chapter that I'm working on so that I can at least get to the next part that I do kind of know what it's going to look like. It is kind of funny, I did realize that between chapter 14 and 15, based on the calendar and the planner that I am using to like know the timeline of the story better, there was a 2-month gap. I like kind of skipped 2 months in the story, so it's good that I did this, but I am kind of struggling to like figure out what these 2 months look like. I guess that's it for this first update. I did write like 50 words this morning. An idea popped into my head and I wanted to write it down before I forgot about it, and then I did some chores, so I'm a little tired right now. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, but then we're gonna get into some writing. So if you want to do some writing sprints with me, go grab your manuscript or your short story or whatever it is that you're working on, or if you want to do another task, grab that too, and let's get to it. Was that just like incredibly lame? I don't know. Let's go be productive. Hi, how come you have to come every single time I'm trying to film, huh? You just want to be a movie star? Well, then at least come sit in the camera. There you go. Say hi. Okay, or not. She's very distracted by the snow. This is Zara's first time. Yeah, this is Zara's first time experiencing snow. We didn't really get any of it when we lived in California, and it's currently been snowing for the last 2 days straight, basically. So there's quite a lot building up outside, but it's so beautiful. I haven't experienced snow in a very long time, and it's been quite nice to write with, actually, over the last couple days. I've been sitting today in my office working on the book while watching the flurries, and it's been really nice. It is currently November 7th, and I just wanted to give everybody a little bit of an update on how I've been doing. So far, I have managed to write every single day of my challenge, so that part of it is going very well. I haven't really written that much every single day. Like I said in the first part of this video, I did go back to add in a couple chapters because I skipped 2 months of the school year without really any explanation as to what was going on. So I'm working on 2 different chapters right now. There's probably going to be at least a few more, actually, before I get back to where I had originally left off. I was struggling. Let me say that. I was struggling to figure out what that looked like, but as I've kept up with writing every single day, I've finally started to like really see what these chapters could be about that will aid the story. So I'm starting to get back into the groove of things, which is great. I've really only written anywhere from 99 to like 230 words per day, but I will say, despite the low word count, I have been able to do some of that world building. Snow is very distracting. If I keep looking out the window, that's why. But yeah, the world building that I've been able to do and kind of figuring out the things that will add to the story have been beneficial. So it's not like, even though I haven't really written that much, I've still been productive with it, and I still am happy with the progress that I've made. And when you add up all of the words that I've written over the first week so far, I have actually written almost 1,200 words. So that's not nothing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm almost at 47,000 words in the book, which is more than I had when I started at the beginning of this month. And I think that's why I care more about writing every single day as much as I can than I do about getting to a particular word count, because I'm still chipping away at the story, right? So it's not nothing. I don't know what author said this. I heard this a really long time that somebody said to me, or I read somewhere. The advice was just write 200 shitty words a day, and by the end of the year, you'll have a book. Which, like, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm writing 200 shitty words a day because, again, these aren't the strongest chapters yet, just because I have been kind of fumbling through figuring out what they're about. But I can always make that better when I edit it, right? So the fact that they're there, and now because I've muddled through the like hardest part of it, I'm starting to get the ideas churning again, and I'm starting to get back into the swing of the story. I'm sure it'll be nothing but up from here. I just wanted to give an update on how I've done so far for the first week of NaNoWriMo. I am going to keep going today. It's only 11:30 a.m. Hi, say hi to the camera. Oh, good girl. Sometimes I think that she's sometimes I think that she's a little bit human, because she can understand me pretty well. Anyway, yeah, it's still pretty early in the day, so I'm gonna keep trying to write today. I'll let you join me if you wanna see my process. Or are you coming to hang out? Okay. Yeah, I'll do another writing sprint in case you want to join me, or you know, you want to do a body double thing and do something else on your to-do list. Oh, I have a snuggly cat. I wish you could see this. Let me see if I can. I can't get to the camera. Yeah. Look at this baby. Say hi. Oh my God, you're so precious. Okay. Well, until next time. Hi. Ridiculous. You're a ridiculous animal. Do not attack that. Not for you. It's not for you. Read the story with me. Oh. The colors are coming down. Thank you. Thank you, that was nice. What are you looking for, huh? Alright, what are we doing? I don't know. Let's put on music since I am distracted.